Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about the Natural series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. If you guys know me, you know I am a Jennifer Lynn Barnes girly, okay? I read the Inheritance Games, only the first 3 books, because I think it's crazy that there are so many installments after that, so I'm kind of boycotting that series. And then I also read The Debutantes, which I think is so underrated. It's a duology. I have a video on my page about it because it was crazy good. Like, it was a really good YA mystery book, and I think it deserves more hype. It deserves the hype that her other series are getting. For here today, we are talking about her arguably second most popular book series, and that is The Naturals. The old covers, as you can see, and I don't know why I felt the need to point that out. Jumping right in, we have The Naturals, which is a YA mystery or crime series about teenagers who are recruited to work for the FBI. This is like Criminal Minds. Like, I know everybody says that, but it literally is. Like, they're a little group that helps the FBI crack cold cases, and they all have their talents, okay? So you have Cassie, our main character, who is a profiler. With a talent comes a trauma, and Cassie's is that her mother was murdered. We have the other profiler, Dean, whose father was a serial killer. We have Sloane, who is kind of like a statistician. Is that a right word? Sloane the statistician? I don't know. She does like statistics and like logic and all of the like mathematical crime scene stuff. She grew up with a single mom in Vegas and kind of has this past looking out for herself and making a lot of money gambling because she can do like probability and stuff in her head really quickly. And then we have Michael, who is very wealthy. He has an abusive father, and he is like an emotions reader. Like, he can look at someone's face and tell what they're feeling, like if they're feeling guilt, if they're feeling sadness, if they're feeling joy, like things like that. And then you have Leah. She is the human lie detector, and she has a backstory that's never really dived into, but it is hinted at, of being kind of like in a cult. Those are our 5 main characters that are in this like group at the FBI. Cassie is our main character, and the first book is about her being recruited to this group because there is a serial killer who is mimicking her mother's murder. What I do really like about these books is that they are all connected. You should read one after the other. However, they each follow like a different crime. And with the different crimes, they each follow one of the characters' traumatic backstories. Like, in the first one, we have Cassie's murdered mother. In the second one, we have a serial killer who is mimicking Dean's father's killings. Then we have a story that takes place in Vegas, and so we get a lot of Sloane's backstory. And then Bad Blood, we get a lot of Michael and a little bit of Leah as well. I just thought that that was very interesting, that each one was a different criminal, but also it dived into their backstories. So we didn't just feel like we knew Cassie and what Cassie had gone through. I genuinely felt like I knew all of these characters really well by the end of the series. I also think all of the characters are extremely specific. I think Jennifer Lynn Barnes does such a good job of setting up characters, making them feel real, and then these group dynamics as well, because it's not just like kumbaya, everybody loves each other. No, Dean and Michael have this like severe issue with one another. Dean and Leah are like siblings because they were the first ones in this house. Leah and Michael and their will they won't they relationship, it's very real. Like, there's a lot of group dynamics that are set up, and I just think that throughout the whole story they nail the found family group thing. I also think that Jennifer Lynn Barnes is the queen of setting things up. Like, in this first book, she sets up so much that you don't even know she set up until you get to this book and it's all being paid off, because you just feel like things are unimportant and you don't have to remember them, and then suddenly you're reading that 4th book and the finale is all unraveling and you're like, oh my gosh, that was actually so important. So all of the breadcrumbs in all the other book, it's just fascinating how her mind works and how she didn't just throw things on a paper and figured it out later. Like, no, this whole series feels like it was fleshed out before she even started typing. The aesthetics were awesome as well. Like, this very much giving any crime show. Like, I grew up watching NCIS and I loved watching it, and it was very reminiscent of that. Like, I love seeing this kind of story being told, but also I think it's so interesting being seen from a teenager's perspective because for one reason or another, all of these teenagers have been recruited to the FBI and they're still trying to be teenagers. They still get up to a bunch of like teenager stuff, but also while they're trying to solve crimes. Like there's a lot of times they'll sneak out, a very teenager thing to do, but they're doing it because they were told they couldn't go talk to this suspect. So then they sneak out and go talk to the suspect anyway. Like it's very teenagery, but also in the realm of these are very special teenagers who have a very special purpose. They are really easy to read. They have quick chapters and they are so interesting. Like I am so invested. It was so fast paced. You can like fly through these books and overall the story is just a 5 out of 5. Like I literally loved every second I spent in these books with these characters and I think that Jennifer Lynn Barnes is just the queen and I love her books. I can't wait to read my next series by her. That's all I have for you today. If you also have any thoughts on which Jennifer Lynn Barnes book series I should read next, let me know down below. I'm more than happy to hear. I absolutely love her as an author. Thanks for reading with me today, and until next time, bye.